This CD is intended for educational and training purposes only and is not to be distributed to the public. The following information represents the opinions of the speaker and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of Primerica.
Thank you so much. Wow. All right. It is great to be here, guys. This is truly an honor, and I definitely give that honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He is the source of my being. I could not pull this off without him, and I am truly blessed, I tell you. It's so great to be here. It's cold, though. You know, it was 60 degrees when I left Maryland, you know, but it's getting cold there, too. So, but you know what? When you're full of passion and you're full of a crusade and you're highly favored like I am, you always warm. Excellent, excellent. Just want to thank Shane for allowing me to be here today, for I understand that you must be very careful who you allow to sow into your people. See, every time you hold a conversation, whoever is speaking to you, whoever you're listening to, they are sowing into your life. And you have to be very careful of the type of conversations that you hold. So I understand that no great leader like Shane would ever put someone in front of you that he wasn't comfortable with what they were sowing to you today. And I want to thank my friend Willie Norman, who's been taking very good care of me. And then Mark been driving me around everywhere. We've been going up the one-way streets the wrong way. Just thank all of you guys for just taking very good care of me. Again, my name is Lisa Jones, and I'm Regional Vice President here. Been in the company since 1995, so I'm going on my 10th year. Prior to working with Primerica Financial Services, I worked for Johns Hopkins University. I worked for 14 professors. I did graphics. I used to put together slideshow presentations to teach family planning in third world countries. And I also was a student in the evening, going to be an accountant. Now, you know, I tried different careers. You know, at first I wanted to be an attorney. So I went to law school. And I was going to be one of the best attorneys you ever saw. I mean, I was going to be on TV defending my client. And my clients, they were never going to be accused or prosecuted for anything because I was going to be the best. And I started working for the Legal Aid Bureau, and I was doing domestic law, and, you know, battered women was coming in, and I had to sit down and listen to their side of the story, and I'm crying with them. And then I started teaching them how to kill their husbands. You know, I was like, you know, all you got to do is get your girlfriends, get your homegirls, and, you know, like hide behind the bush, and, you know, when he comes, you know, just cut it off. But that wasn't the Christian thing to do. So before I went to jail, I decided I was going to change what type of law, you know, because it just wasn't positive. And I went into corporate law, and that was just so boring, I tell you. And I thought, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. And I started going back to school to be an accountant. You know, I like working with figures and so on. Math was my favorite subject. I'm going to find something I'm called to do. God, what did you place me on this earth to do? It's got to be something. And so I started working for accounting firms, and I tell you, they were so boring. I would go in there and nobody was talking, and they was just pushing numbers, and I'm like, can we have a conversation today? I mean, really, did anybody have sex this weekend? just could not get these people to talk. So that wasn't the Christian thing to do. And I decided, you know, God, you need to really tell me what you placed me here for. I'm your problem child. I'm trying to live right, trying to act right. People ain't acting right out here. And so I went to work one day, and a co-worker introduced me to Primerica, and she told me she went to a seminar and that she was really unhappy with her agent and what he did to her, and she was going to listen again. And I'm going to tell you, I said, well, I'm going to go. And I went with her. And I sat in that room, and it was a room full of African Americans, and this white man standing up front. And in my neighborhood, was no white man trying to teach you how to own your own business. And I said, as soon as he leave the room, I'm going to warn these people because he's trying to get them. I'm just going to make sure he don't get them, you know, because I wasn't used to that, guys. And so, you know, I looked at it, and I'm going to tell you, the one thing that recruited me into this business was the licenses. And I recruit most of my people to the license, to the crusade, but what the license can do for you, being licensed with this company. See, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between a money-making opportunity and a business opportunity. See, in Maryland, you get approached by a lot of different opportunities, lipstick and soap powder and long-distance services and, I mean, all kind of opportunities. And they think they own a business. And they don't really own a business. That's a money-making opportunity. You can fool enough people that you can make them feel good about themselves by putting on the right shade of lipstick. But they can't own nothing. Primerica is truly a business opportunity, because the one thing I understood is that I had worked for corporate America for years, and every job I walked away from, I walked away broke. And when I came here and I found out you can own this, you can build a business here and own it, you could sell it, I said, that's a real business opportunity, I'm going to stick to that. And so that's what excited me a lot about the company, not to mention I'm a giver. I love people. I love all kind of people. I love helping people. I'm drawn to the wounded. I'm drawn to the ones that people don't think will ever be anything. I'm drawn to the people that folks look down on. They used to call me Save the World Lisa Jones. I just want to help folks who want to, you know, and encourage people and helps people to build up their esteem. I enjoy doing that. And so this was the perfect business for me to exemplify the love that I have in my heart. I truly have the love that 1 Corinthians 13 talk about. I believe in true love. I love embracing people and showing people love. And I'm blessed. I have a wonderful team. I got Dan and Stacy DeHaven. Raise your hand, Dan and Stacy. They're with me, my up-and-coming superstars. Will be promoted to regional vice president this year. It's something Dan and Stacy was with me. We had the African American convention in Atlanta last weekend, and we had 3,000 people there, and it was absolutely awesome. And I said, Dan and Stacy, how you feel here with all these black folks? And then now I'm here, and I'm gonna tell you, this is the first time I ever spoke to a crowd with this many white folks. I was like, wow. It's like I'm the minority here. They were the minority last week. We keeping it together here. So, but it's awesome, man. So this is just a great business opportunity. Nowhere in the world can you find people from all races, all backgrounds, fighting towards a common goal. There's no company that exists today. I truly believe that I can go anywhere in the world, pick up a telephone book and look up Primerica, and I can make a phone call and call one of my sister and brothers in the company. I feel like we are a family. I do. I am so blessed. I have so many family members all over the world. I am so safe with my people. I consider everybody here to be my people. I am safe, man. It's like, this is my comfort zone. You place me somewhere and there's no Primerica, and I'm not going to do too much talking. But when I'm with my people, I'm safe. I'm like, they got my back now, say something. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm safe with my people. I'm telling you, the best people. I trust you and I love you so much. You know, guys, prior to working with Primerica Financial Services, I was a single, I worked for corporate. I was a secretary, or coordinator secretary. You know, they give you all these fancy titles. They still don't pay you anything. I used to make $18,000 a year. Single mom, I had no car. And I placed my daughter in private school. She was 5 years old when I started. I placed her in private school. It was about half a mile from my job, so that we would catch the bus to the subway, get off, take her to her school, and then I would walk a half a mile to my job. And then I went to school, evening school, 3 nights out of the week. So I would walk back, pick her up by 5:30. We would catch 2 buses to the campus. She would sit in the back of the class while I did my studies. At 10 p.m. at night, we would get out, stand on the bus stop, catch 2 buses home, 3 nights a week. So when I came into the business, I was still going to college. I was still working a very demanding full-time job. Still a single mom, still no car. So I managed to do this business 3 nights a week. Within 90 days, I left my job because I understood. We had, let me tell you something. I understood that we had justified poverty so well in my household that if I didn't give up that little $18,000 job, I wouldn't have done this. See, one of the things about being a Christian sometimes is you tend to blame God for your poverty. And you think you're supposed to thank him for it. And so you say stuff like, at least that we have a roof over our head. And you say stuff like, at least we have food on the table. And I say to you, if life and death lies in the power of the tongue, why we keep asking for the least? See, I didn't know that there was people living better. See, when I got off the bus, there was drug dealers on the corner. There was people on drugs nodding out. There was gunshots at night when I went to bed. I had to pray that God just protect me when I leave my front door. You know what? So I didn't know that people had big homes. I didn't know that people was eating better because we was raised and we hurt our children because we say these things. We say money don't grow on trees. Yes, it does. We say, at least you have a roof over your head. At least you have food on your table. And when you say stuff like that, you stop your children from fighting for bigger and better. You don't tell them that people are living better out here. I didn't know anybody was living better because all I could see was the hood. All I could see was my neighborhood. When I first got exposed to the lifestyles that people was living, it blew my mind. And see, I had a problem with that because I trust my God so much, I couldn't believe that he set me up to fail. That's the only thing that kept me in this business. How in the world can you lead me to an opportunity such as this and not be successful? How dare you stay in your position? How dare you not go for the best that this company has to offer and that life has to offer? If we deserve the riches of the land and the fullness thereof, why do we settle for poverty? Why do we settle for lack? Why we settle for struggles? You understand, people don't know it's better, and you're the only person that can get the message to them. It is time to go win. It is time to be dedicated. You don't need to have a class on how to stay focused. You don't need to have a class on how to fight. I'm not in the convincing business. One thing I say in the op meeting to the new guests, I'm not in the convincing business. If your bank account don't convince you, God knows I can't. I can remember going to KTAs and, you know, my family, you know, because we've been taught one way and my parents did the best they could. I love my parents. They travel everywhere I go, just the best parents. And they did the best they could for what they know. And I don't know why I'm the one that was chosen to pay their mortgage. And I don't know why I'm the one chosen to plan trips for them every year and they see the world. My parents travel all the time. I don't know why I'm the leader that was chosen in the family. I don't know why that took place. Moses didn't know either when he seen the bush burning. I don't know why. All I know is some things is just because. I don't know why my sister and brothers won't follow me. I don't know why they don't see it. I don't know. I don't know why my friends are not here with me. All I know is that I was chosen. And if I'm chosen to carry the torch, then I need to go for this with everything I got. I need to win here. See, this is just a blessing, guys. Lisa Jones couldn't have pulled this off by herself. And for 4 years in this business, I learned this business riding to people's office, begging them, can I sit in their manager's meeting, writing down everything they said, and go back to my office and say the same thing. I didn't know if it was right or wrong. For 4 years in this business, it was just me and God. I had 90 days of training, and then I was left in the office by myself as a district leader. I was a replacement. The person I was replaced to didn't want to come to Baltimore to work with us. So we just went on. I kept the office up. I had to go to work to pay a $1,200 office rent as a district leader. See, you don't appreciate your leadership. I'm a person that respects leadership so much. Often people come up to me and they say, can I have your number? Can I talk to you? I'm not going to talk to you if you're not an RVP. I respect your RVPs. The RVP must give me permission to give you anything I do and to talk to you because I've learned to respect leadership. And so, I don't know why these things had to happen, but guys, it's just because. I'm excited about what we got here. I can remember going to KTAs and catching a bus and having money to get one way and then had to figure out how I was going to get home. And I can remember asking my sister or brother, can I use your car to go to the KTA? And they would say no, because they thought I should get a real job. And I would leave my home and I would just walk down the street and I'd be crying. And I would catch the taxi and I tell you what, my eyes would be so red. And I remember one day sitting in a taxi and the guy looked through the rearview mirror and he said, you're wealthy, aren't you? And I was feeling so weak and sorry. And I'm like, God, if this is what you have appointed me to do, why is it so tough? See, I didn't know when I was walking in my story it was for somebody in this room. I thought it was for me. See, you don't realize that what you go through right now is not for you. It's for when you get to the mic and have to tell it to somebody else. It's hope for somebody else. That you're going through what you're going through so that you can lead the people that have been appointed to follow your leadership. I'm blessed. I tell you, I'm blessed. I can remember going to KTAs and the client saying, where's your car? And I said, I parked around the corner because I didn't know which house was yours. Leaving a KTA and the bus route had stopped and I would walk to a payphone and just call people until I found somebody who was willing to pick me up to take me back home. Man, crying, it was tough. Primerica was never tough, guys. It was my mentality that was tough. Talking to people is not hard. What we do is not hard. It's your mindset. See, you have to have a renewing of the mind to build a business here. It was never Primerica. It was me. To go from a slave mentality to a business owner mentality is not easy. To go from an employee mentality to an employer mentality is not easy. And so that was the only struggles I had. I remember clients saying, oh, your eyes are so red because they didn't know I was crying prior to getting there. And I would say the thing that most of you say, I have allergies. I couldn't tell them that I was crying. God, I know you said you would never give me more than I can handle. Why do you feel so highly of me? I tell you I'm almost there where I can't handle no more. I need a breakthrough. And then one day the breakthrough happened. For 4 years it was just me and him. In 1999 he decided to put a human being between us. And that was Andy Young. And it's been a blessing ever since. I was 13 generations to him. People quit. I became direct to him. And that was the coach that I needed to take me to the next level. I had 4 years of a test. You're complaining about 90 days. I had 4 years of preparation. You're complaining about 1 year. In 1999, I started working with Andy. In 2000, I went to RVP. In 2001, I hit over 50,000. 2002, 100. 2003, 200. 2004, I'm sorry, 2002 was 200. 2004, 300. In the next 18 months, I will go over $1 million. I'll be the first African-American woman to go over $1 million in this company. In 2005, I will promote. I went, it's something because I'm telling you, I just can only say I'm blessed because, my income went to $300,000 with no RVPs. I don't have any RVPs. So I will promote my first RVP in March. I have this blue bracelet on. I went to Dick Walker event and he said, don't take the bracelet off, make a vow, and don't take the bracelet off until you accomplish that thing. So I'm walking around with this blue bracelet that don't match anything. People think I just got out the hospital. They're kind of nervous. But I can't take it off until I promote my first RVP. So it will be on until March. And the person that's getting promoted, she can't take hers off until she goes. So we're going to just cut the ribbon, together in March. And so we're excited about that. My mom and dad, they were there with me at Hilton Head at the end of the year, and they still have their blue bracelet on. And I said, well, why you guys got yours on? And I think they have it on until I increase their salary. People say, well, what did your mom is your business partner, right? And I say, yes. And it was like, what did she do? I say, basically, she just freeload off of me. No, that's my mama. She keeps my child. My daughter is 15 now. She's truly a PFS kid. I love it because no TV character is my daughter hero. I am. And I love that. When I was looking at the horse up here, at first I was looking at him with a cardinal mind, and I couldn't understand what would drive somebody to do what he does. And then God told me, Lisa, it's spiritual. It's deeper than a cardinal mind could ever imagine. It's such a blessing. I thank God Shane Rudman gave me the opportunity to witness that, because witnessing them have changed my life. I'm a different person as a result of seeing them. I've learned to love life and appreciate life, and I decided that I'm going to be happy, guys. You got to make a decision. You got to make a decision that you're going to have fun and you're going to be happy. That you're not going to let the weight of the world weigh you down. You're going to reject rejection. You got to decide that it doesn't matter what somebody else think about you. My friends told me not to do it. Now they can barely hold on to their homes. I remember my best friend not wanting to sit down and listen to me. Well, that meant I couldn't hang with her any longer. And when she asked, why don't you ever visit? And I said, why would you let somebody like me visit you? Obviously, you don't trust me. Because I'm involved in something that I'm passionate about. I'm involved in something that's real, that's right. I don't take from people. I educate people. I help people. and you won't give me 15 minutes, there's a trust issue here. I would not have someone like me around your children. And she had to come to reality and understand that I was right and that she needed to sit down and listen to me. I'm not going to apologize for what I do. This company is God sent, and you are chosen. See, I understand your excuses and why you make them, because like when Moses was chosen, he said, surely you don't want me. I mean, God, it's not me that you want. And God said, yes, it's you. And he said, well, who would I say sent me? And he said, just say I am sent you. And he said, but I'm not eloquent in my words. What will I say? Did this sound like you? What do I say? And he just was so sick of him. He said, I'll send Aaron to speak for you. That's why you got field trainers. Right? And he said, just when he was like, well, what would I say? And he said, when you get there, I will give you the words. See, guys, you don't know that it's already in you. You know what to do. You know what to say. But if you never open your mouth, you won't know how good you are. You won't know how blessed you are. You have no idea how much information you are retaining when you come to these sessions. The one thing I always tell people is this. The first commitment I made when I came into this business, because it was hard for me to believe I could be a business owner, because I didn't grow up in a community of business owners or six-figure earners. And so the one thing I committed to, the first thing I committed to, was that I would show up. If there's a training in the office, I would show up. If there's an emergency meeting, I would show up. If there's a builder school, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I'll show up. If I got to sleep in the lobby, I will show up. Whatever the leadership call, I will show up. I mean, Andy made some calls, and I remember saying, God, like, for real, I don't know if he know you, and that don't sound right. But if that's who you have appointed as my leader, I'll go. You question your leadership. You pick and choose what meetings you go to. Lisa Jones is where she is today because she decided to show up. The second thing I decided to do when I came into this business was I decided that I will not lean to my own understanding, because my own understanding is what got me as far as I was that day, today. So that I will trust my leadership, and if they say it's right, I'm going to believe it's right. And if I question something, I'm going to call somebody and ask them the question. I'm not going to lean to my own understanding. I'm not going to have the conversations with myself, because I didn't know anything about how to be a business owner. I didn't know anything about how to talk to people. So I'm going to ask my leadership what to do, and I'm going to go do whatever that my leaders say to do. You got to make a decision not to lean to your own understanding. Just because you was a supervisor on your job don't mean you know Primerica. Just because you manage a group of people don't mean you are a leader in Primerica. You need to make a decision that you're going to surrender all, that you're going to submit yourself to your leadership. You understand that we make more money promoting you to RVP than we do keeping you in the base shop writing your little $50 clothes. I know sometimes people think their little $100 transaction bought the Shane Rubin house. That's not what did it. He proved himself worthy. You got to stick around long enough to prove yourself worthy. Your 6 figures will come in due season when you prove yourself worthy. You got to stick it out. You got to show up, and you got to make a decision not to lean to your own understanding. I remember when Andy started taking me on vision trips, and that was so wonderful. The thing that I always do is thank people for opening their homes up to me. I've been to John Addison home several times and had lunch with him. I've been to Jimmy Myers' home, Boss Safford home. I've been to so many people's home. Ivan Nero home, Keith Phillips, all the great leaders in the company have invited me into their home. And I'm always grateful because when I go into their homes, it reminds me of what I can have here. I'm excited about going to Shane's home tonight. They better have my name on that list for real. But we're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, I used to live in the hood. I will fight you. And that's so it's like, they better have my name on that list. I'll be fighting. They'll be like, Lisa Jones is up here fighting the gatekeeper. They going to let me in the gate. I'm going to tell you. But I'm excited about that because it reminds me of what I can have here and what I should fight for. And you understand you need to appreciate that. That's not happening nowhere else but Primerica. That somebody will let you into their home. I was raised. My mother taught me that's our sacred place. That's your home. You don't let anybody in your home. And I've gone to so many great leaders' home and they freely let you in. I remember when I went to John Addison's home, he opened the door and said, okay, help yourself. And he was like, we'll put the cup, put it in my bedroom. And it's gone. He just thought he was having a party. And it was like when we was getting ready to go, he didn't want us to leave. It was like a party. I mean, it was awesome. It was like walk all around, make yourself at home. Don't nobody do that nowhere else. You ain't going to the CEO where you work at home. They're not going to let you in. They have not even going to speak to you. They're going to judge you. They judge you based on your race. They judge you based on your gender. They judge you based on your creed in corporate America. Nobody opened the door and said, Lisa, you can come here and be a millionaire. Nobody ever did that besides Primerica to me. Nobody's ever said, let me, all the other companies in corporate, they want to see your history, where you come from, and let me see your resume. And then Primerica say, you know what, just show your heart. We ain't going to base it on your past. We ain't going to base it on degrees. If you have a desire to do something great, we're going to be here for you. When you have a question, we'll answer the question. When you hurting, we'll be there for you. But you got to move forward. I always tell my team, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be in pain. It's okay to get upset as long as we're going to move forward with it. We're going to cry forward. We're going to be pissed off forward. That never sounds right when I say that. I got to stop saying that. We just going to be in pain forward. We're going to go through forward. As long as we're moving forward, I can handle it. As long as we're not having the same conversation next week, I can handle it. We're just going to keep moving forward in all our pain. I just want to tell you it's worth it. And I want to let you know you can do it. And I'm always speaking to the newest person, but I also speak to the person who need to recommit themselves. People always say, Lisa, what would you say to somebody who's been here 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? I say, get over it. The only thing I'm concerned about is what you're going to do right now, today, and forward. I don't care what you did yesterday. I don't care what happened last year. I don't care what didn't happen. I'm so excited that I've been given another chance. Every day above earth is a good day to me. I am so excited that I've been allowed to get another chance to fight. I'm excited about getting better. I didn't do everything perfect last year. I didn't recruit all of the people I should have recruited. I didn't help all the people I should have helped. But guess what? I got another chance. I got another day. I got another opportunity. And I'm just praising God for that. And you need to praise Him for that. Get over it. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. What are you going to do right now today to make a difference in your family's life? What are you going to do? When are you going to stop lying to your children? When are you going to stop lying to your spouses? It's time to deliver. This is breakthrough year. This is the year for breakthrough. This is the year for deliverance. It ain't about being wrong. It's about being right. It's not about being wrong. It's about getting better. This is the year we're going to get better. This is the year we need to start listening. The only reason I'm not at 1 million right now today is because I have not listened to everything. I made a decision that I'm going to listen this year. I mean, really listen this year. I made a decision I'm going to do what I listened to this year. See, your leadership say get people through the business briefing, and you still ask Lisa, what do you do? Your leadership say you got to recruit, and you still go up to RVPs and say, what do you do? Your leadership say what to say to people when you approach them, and you still ask RVPs from other hierarchies and base shops, what do you do? You know what to do, guys. It's in you. It's in you. Everything you need is in you. It's in you. This is the year we got to start listening. You need to be your children's hero, not somebody on TV. When they have to do an essay, they should talk about you. When my daughter do her essay, I remember her saying in one of her essays that my mom says success and convenience don't work. That I can be whatever I want to be. And I want to be like my mom. My hero is Lisa M. Jones. And that blessed my heart. I remember they was doing a career at church, the youth, they was doing this career planning. And my daughter put down she wanted to be a personal financial analyst. And the guy that was teaching the class, you know, you had to put down the salary and what size house you're going to buy and all of that, how much it's costing, what's going to be going towards taxes. And he was telling them how to do it. And she was like, that's not right. And she said, I'm going to be a personal financial analyst. And he said, well, what do a personal financial analyst make? She said 6 figures. And he said, no, personal financial analysts don't make 6 figures. That's not, that's not right, Shanina. And she was like, yes, they do. And the guy said, no, they don't. She said, yes, they do. She take after her mama. Right? And this guy was trying to convince her, no, maybe 50 to 80,000. And she was like, no, my mama makes 6 figures, and that's what a personal financial analyst makes. And she came home, she was so upset, and she said, Ma, he was killing those children's dreams. He was telling them that they had to spend all this money in taxes, and they had to spend all this money in credit cards, and to buy a house and to buy a car. They had no money left over. And after he finished with those children, they were saying, well, shoot, what's the use of working? See, he was killing them. He was setting them up for failure. And I told him, you are wrong. That's not how it go. Because I do financial need analysis for my mama, and it don't have to be like that. I tell you, it's bigger than Primerica, guys. It is bigger than Primerica. We got a hold of something great. It teaches us how to be a better person. I am a better person today. My relationship with Christ is more intimate today as a result of being tested in Primerica Financial Services. It's bigger than Primerica. I've met people from all over the world. I've been traveling quite a bit. Next week, I'll be in Boston. That's my last speaking engagement for a long, long, long time. But it's been a great experience. Now it's time to go back to being a player. I've been coaching for a while. It's time to go back to being a player coach. And I'm excited. We got to be willing to stretch forth the rod. We got to be willing to sell a crusade. We got to get sold out to the crusade again, man. We got to get passionate about it again. We got to stop trying to be all professional and all cute. We got to roll up our sleeves and get downright dirty with it. We got to go out there and spread the message, because if we don't do it, our world is going under. I believe the reason why so many people is going to be delivered is because of you. I donate to a lot of causes. And then the increase in my income means I will donate to more causes. I'm a giver. God is looking for givers. Primerica have a lot of people that are givers. And so, but you got to go make it happen. See, prayer is good, guys, but prayer with a check is better. You got to go get your incomes up. You got to go win. We got to go take over the world, because without us, it ain't going to be good here. It's not going to be good for our children. It's not going to be good for our neighbors. It's not going to be good for our church family. The answer is Primericans. Let's go kick some butt and dominate and take over the world. See you guys at the top.